Alright, we just got through test firing my AM57-1 made by Honey Creek Hovermail Industries. This is a semi-automatic version only of the STGW.57. You may have seen our earlier video about the AM57-2, which was in 308. This one is in the original 7.5 GP11 Swiss caliber, which is 7.5 by 55, so a little bit larger of a round. This one was built for me by Steve over there from a matching original kit. Original Swiss barrel, matching trunnion, all of that good stuff. Got this great rubber furniture that just, I love it. It's just so great. Takes original Swiss mags. These hold 24 cartridges. Has the original folding light bipod. The barrel's a little hot, so I'm not going to touch it. It's got the bayonet lug, muzzle brake flash hider, grenade ring, flip up front sight, which is up right now obviously. Folding carry handle here. Flip up rear sight. Beer keg style charging handle. Very HK style trigger. Fold down winter trigger guard. I want to make a note here. This is one of the things when we were doing the prototype last year we commented on, was the trigger guard didn't quite do it, fold upright and sit flush. Now it's much more, it still pops out a little bit, but I think that's more to do with the kit. The receiver lines up nicely with it now. Little storage compartment in the pistol grip right here that you need a bullet tip to press out. In it I've got a night sight and some Swiss cleaning patches and oil. Let's see, other features of this bad boy. Got original Swiss sling on it. This is a PE57 sling. It has the 3-position selector, safe, semi, and this would have been full auto. Now it's just a secondary semi. He used the original Swiss PE57 trigger group styling on this when doing the semi-auto trigger group for this one. So it's perfectly ATF. This was actually individually approved by the ATF, this design here. Of course, the receiver is made in the USA. He did his best. The buttstock comes off much like an MG42. You just press down on this catch and twist. I'm not going to take it off here. It's pretty easy, but when you're sitting down. AK style paddle mag release here. Very similar to what you see later on the SIG 550, 556 series. Has a takedown pin to get your trigger group out. Right here on this side, much like the 550. Anyway, most of you guys know this gun. It was adopted after the K31, which many call the Schmidt-Rubin, which really the Schmidt-Rubin came before it. But anyway, the straight pull, which is why you still have the beer keg style cocking device. It was developed throughout the late 40s and 50s, inspired by the German STG-45M and also the MG42. Has a roller delayed blowback system, no gas. It has an interesting extractor, which actually sweeps across, which sweeps across the bolt face and knocks your cartridges out. That's why this ejection port is so small. I mean, it's smaller than the cartridge because they actually come out at a 90-degree angle. Kind of interesting. It's all rubber and metal. A lot of stamped steel, but it's very high grade, very Swiss in the way they did it, of course. These were used from the late 50s until being phased out in the late 80s by the SG50, 550 series, the STGW90 is what they called it in Swiss service. And yeah, these are semi-autos built in the USA, more or less by a little custom shop owned by a friend of mine. He's doing kind of kit builds and different things right now. We just shot what we could afford to shoot through it, which I think was about 50 cartridges, 50 rounds of GP11, original Swiss stuff, so good quality. Proved to be extremely accurate, very lightly recoiling. The only problem we really had was some of the mags didn't want to completely lock into the mag well. That's more of a fitment issue on the mags that we can resolve, or go into the mag well and just take a little bit out of the ledge there. No big deal. This one fit in just fine. If I do it on camera here. See, it locks in. Good. So that was just some of the mags we were trying. Yeah, waited a long time to get this. Really goes well in my Swiss collection. And it's just a, frankly, a badass looking gun. It's very unconventional. There's nothing else out there like it. As my friend here said, he feels kind of like a Terminator while shooting it. It's definitely a big gun. It honestly reminds me almost of an LMG because of the bipod, the carry handle, and the large capacity mag, and the way the buttstock is kind of not clubfoot, but almost. But it's officially an infantry rifle. Just very durable, very reliable, relatively simplistic inside with a massive bolt. That's about it. You've got a big bolt bouncing around with the delayed action, roller delay. One interesting feature of these that the HK doesn't have is the locking recesses for the lugs are actually removable. On an HK, when the recesses wear out, you either have to replace the whole front trunnion or just scrap the whole gun. These, you just pop off these clips, take out these circular pieces and put in new ones, and your gun's ready to go for another 20 or 30,000 rounds. Very inventive. It allowed the Swiss to keep these in service for a very long time. Many of them are still being fired over in Switzerland in private hands. They're not as accurate as a K31, but again, they're just a really neat gun. And I wish more kits would come into the country. Apex had some, but they've been sold out for a while. Just thought we'd share this today. We're out here on a very beautiful mid-September day. Nice weather in the 70s, sunny. Finally the rain quit. So just out here enjoying a little plinking around. Thanks for tuning in.